Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
Scattered thoughts and scattered rooms. Hello, Gemini moon. It's a full moon. There is full illumination. And with that mercurial energy, there is so much on the table already. I'm going to get a little pre-shuffle. I'm going to pull a couple of cards, tap in, catch a vibe, get a groove. Started looking around the table. I brought out the stones that I picked for my moon bath last night and ended up with a couple of lighters on the table. There's messages and movement everywhere, just flooding in. Where to begin? Where to begin? Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon. We are a collective moving together through the signs, signals, learning and teaching together. Please do participate. Read with me. It is the most important thing for you to utilize your own intuition, and I would love to hear what you see and feel when you go through these cards and these messages and know what it means to you, because there is so many layers upon layers within all of these messages. And I just want to know, how deep do you all go? Do you catch the first layer, the surface? Do you dive down a little bit deeper? Do you catch the undertones, the undercurrent as it pushes things along? Or do you go all the way down to the bottom? What do you see down there? What does it look like to you? There are so many depths and levels to cards, interpretation, and life, and it's all very fascinating. What I decided to start with was the lighter. We're going to start with the lighter. Here we have our sea turtle, as we have previously mentioned. The turtle with the world on its back. And when I looked at this turtle, I got the feeling that he was going back underwater. I got the feeling that this world was submerging. And then I ended up coming across the raven. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore. Whoever is left standing on the shore when this turtle goes back down into the ocean will see this island nevermore. It's a parting of ways. There's a separation within these two energies and the dynamic. So, our spirit animals this week are the turtle, the tortoise, and the raven, bringing us closings, beginnings, a world of opportunities, and numerous distractions amongst the Gemini moon, lest we forget. Let's move into the cards. I want to grab my stones, but I don't know if I want to bring them out. I couldn't even remember if this was solidite. I think it is. It's definitely connected to that throat chakra. I just can't remember which of the blue stones this one is. I was going to look it up, but then I kind of ran into a wall and just continued where I was going. But we also have the turquoise for luck and abundance. It's got a taste of adventure on it. It's bringing me the same duality I hold these correctly? It's bringing me the same duality. The dark and the light hues of the blues and the deep purples. These two energy sources, whatever these colors, stones, creatures represent for you, are holding value. They're calling you, telling you something. You have to listen. This is a message just for you. And it's meant for you to hear it so that you can find your strength and confidence in your own intuition. Now we can move forward to the cards. The first card I pulled was the Five of Pentacles. And in this card, I felt a lot of eyes on you. There's a lot of people watching. There's this guy right here. It almost looks like he has his hand on her butt, like they are very familiar, but the energy is of non-familiarity. Even though her face is kind in this moment, it feels like he's reaching for something he shouldn't be grabbing for. But also beyond this man who is lurking behind her, over her shoulder, reaching for something he shouldn't be grabbing for, there's also all of these people outside the window. Can I get you those guys? Is that good? No? We try here. We try. There's all these people outside of the windows just looking in, gathered, watching all of the hubbub and the business going on. There are so many eyes at- paying attention, intended. There was a whole slew of words that just got mumbled up in there. But 12/12, baby. Full moon. Okay. There's just a lot of eyes and attention being focused on you and what it is that you're doing, however it is that you're working and making things work for you. And there are energies who are looking on with want, lust, greed, desire. There are energies looking on trying to get a handful, trying to cop a feel, trying to get some of what you got going on while you're just about your day doing your business. First pause of the read. We're doing good, kids. Okay, well, somebody, whether it's you or one of these characters involved in this room around your business and the things that you do, they want something. They're looking at you with want, but they don't know what they want. They don't actually know. They just know you got something and they want that. However, I alternated back to the Raven and the Nevermore. And what that felt like was boundaries. It felt like the ropes and the lines in the bank made to keep everything functioning in order. So you can continue to move freely through the line, doing your business, and everyone is kind of kept going down this track and this path with your boundaries. Because it's not necessarily a matter of disappearance, though it feels that way and can be construed, confused, misunderstood in that direction of, I just need to get out of this situation. What really needs to happen is a better expression of boundaries so that there can be a natural navigation and functionality in the system. So you can continue along your business without being bothered so much. Yes, they're very interested in what it is you have going on. Yes, they might want something from you. They might not even know what it is that they want. but they just know they want to be in your aura, in your energy. It's not an insult. It's a good thing. It means you've got a good thing going and it's attracting attention. But there are ways to construct and act in your life, the way that you speak to these people and the amount of time that you give them dictates how they act, how they behave. Whatever you allow is what's going to continue to happen. So if you say, like, you know what, actually, I really enjoy our conversations, but this Tuesday, I'm working. I probably won't respond to you. It's not an insult to you. Just know that I'm busy and I'll get back to you when I can. And do that. Actually, go through your energy, move through your process, and get back to it when you can, when you're in a better energetic place. So you're not greeting them with frustration or exhaustion. I'm too tired to show up here right now, but you summoned me. Here I am. No, 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 no. Wait. Let me show up. You gave me an invitation. Now let me show up when I am energetically ready to give you my best. So if I just show up at the drop of a hat on a moment's notice, I might bring some extra energy along with me that doesn't need to be shared between us. That's something that I'm working through. And now we can move to the next card. Because what we have behind this energy is two more characters who are watching and closely interacting, participating, giving advice. I got this sudden like pullback of like, wait, you might not know these people that well. It feels like a grandmother and a grandfather giving advice to their grandchild. However, it might not be that literal of a close familial connection. It could be different people in your life who hold the essence of these characters and are offering you genuinely helpful things. They're not reaching to get what you've got, but they are putting things in, adding to what you're doing, assisting in some way, offering help in a much more positive regard. And one of the most important lessons to remember, I'm still holding Nevermore. One of the most important lessons to be learned in this life before my brain just loses it completely and it gets overgrown with thoughts as I'm staring at this like shrub kind of overtaking the table. What was the most important lesson in life, Raven? I had it. Okay, it's not the most important lesson in life, but it's one of those truths that have been slipping into my like consciousness through my subconsciousness, and I say it inside of my head and I'm like, that's truth. That's right. That's recognizable. That is something that I need to know, hold, and before I can finish the thought, it's gone. Hold on to it. Nope. It's gone into the ether. It's moved through the space. That doesn't mean that it ever ceases to exist or that it's somehow unattainable. However, it is a free will creature truth, and it has to move, and it has to be spread and flow through the energetic sequences and cycles so that everybody gets to touch that truth as it moves through the collective unconsciousness. So we found some other wisdoms in there. But yeah, if you do come across those thoughts, particularly in this part of the season when things get quiet, when the veil is thin and all of that jazz, you might find yourself intuitively picking up and hearing truths, coming to realizations. Don't be upset if you can't hold on to it. Absolutely try to write it down, record it as soon as the thought moves through. It might dissipate for you, but just know that it exists and that truth is now a part of you. It's just been so deeply integrated into you that you don't have instant access to it because it's way down in those roots. It's like it's like the plant food, the fertilizer that you put into the soil. So those like little grains of truth become the food and the nourishment, and they transmute and change as they go through the body and serve their purpose and do their things. Okay, we pull some more cards now. Oh, cool. We just like tirade it off into so much like overgrowth of things. Back on track. Yeah, this is a great time to not necessarily let go of relationships, but maybe perhaps tighten those boundaries within them so um, that the people who are contributing the most can get up close and they don't have to surf through a crowd of onlookers who don't really have anything to add but are just really interested in seeing what you're doing. Like, yeah, that's cool. Like, put your glass window up, live your life right enough that others can watch you from a safe distance and learn and grow from you. Initiate of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, let them see and observe. You don't have to go out and individually guide everyone that the way that you are being guided, because we all have access to this support system. Even if it feels like you don't have any real support, you always do. You can always find it. And finding it within yourself in the smallest of actions invites the spirit and the energy of support. And that will show up in the most interesting of places. You will find real good, beautiful seeds of support. And accept them. Put them into your bank account. You get a little increase, a little bump up. Some good stuff is coming in if you're wise enough to harvest it. The most important part is making sure that there is room for those blessings to come in. There we go. First card, Four of Pentacles, just literally iterating as I was expressing those inner disciplines and reaching from an internal space first and accepting like energy when it approaches you. What is it? There's a JDism. Go for the top shelf. You may be living your life on a budget, but that doesn't mean that you don't treat yourself like you're rich. Live like you're rich and embody that energy. Even if you only get to do this once in a while, instead of reaching for the middle shelf or the lower shelf to serve yourself 11:11 on the counter, go ahead and reach for the top shelf and treat yourself like the royalty that you are, while still maintaining, was act like you're broke and live like you're rich. You have to act like you're broke and live your life on the budget, but the budget allows and is structured and designed for you to still be able to get the best of the things. You may not get all of the things, you might not have all of the extra useless nonsense that fills you up for a time and makes you feel good, but ultimately leaves you hungry. Go for the top shelf thing that's going to really satisfy you and that will carry you through longer. There. Some good JD-isms for you. Check out JDB, the inner child healer. She's amazing. Okay. 9 of Wands. Except, okay, we're just going to backtrack and reiterate, I guess, as I express, but yeah, accepting the help and assistance. Because you already have that energy within you. Like attracts like. So when that energy that you feel is reflected and attracted to you, it will step up in the right moments and be of true assistance because you offered yourself up to that assisting energy. I was trying to figure out where my brain was going with that. Assisting kind of went to insisting, which is like that negative connotation on that. Assisting without insisting. That something should be done in some sort of way. Again, keeping yourself in that Four of Pentacles vibration of, I have enough. I know how to make this work. I have been working the system and finding the balance. And when it comes time for a situation to arise, I know that I have enough to get by. But it sure would be nice if there was a little help out there, and allow it to come. Allow that vibration that you have of, I've got this, to multiply and attract more energy of, oh, I've got a little bit. I can help with this. We can make this bigger. We can make this better. We can come together and get this thing moving again after a little breakdown, which may or may not happen. Well, a little breakdown that may or may not happen with the 10 swords beneath, like just straight up giving me temper tantrum. Straight up giving me a bit of a temper tantrum. Why are you so mad? Mm. Says, why are you so mad? Just looks out. Probably can't get you clear enough to read this. But just above that 10 of swords is the Novice of Chalices. Why are you so mad? Oh, Novice of Chalices doesn't really have a whole lot of emotional maturity yet, is still growing, would be why that temper tantrum there happens. But I think there is a good, they even look like the same character actually. Put these guys down for a second. There's a good reminder in this Ten of Swords, Novice of Chalices situation here. And that is that we can look on our own selves as well as others in those temper tantrum moments and see what emotions have not been thoroughly addressed or examined yet. And when those things come up, it is the opportunity for us to look at those things, examine them, study them, and learn from our mistakes, from our outbursts. Because any temper tantrum that you have can tell you what it is that you really want. You just have to edit that back down after you get it all out. Shout out solar systems. You just have to edit that back down after you get it all out and take a look, examine. What was I just yelling about? Well, why was I yelling about that? Oh, because I want this thing. But is that the way that I get it? No. How do I get it? If there's a thing under this that I actually really want, how do I get that? And that is the emotional work that you need to do to examine, like, how do you actually go about getting this in a good way? Practicing the exercise of maintaining your own vibration and allowing like energies to participate. What do we got? Now we have the Elder of Pentacles and Temperance. Neat. I like it. The growth, the maturity, the completion, the like, oh, she got that business, man. Like, feels like you got that business. You were going to the bank, working the job, and now you got that business. The growth and progression from these micro experiences that are seemingly unrelated. We got wands, we got cups, we got swords. It's all just, passion and emotion and air and desire and privilege. Okay. Something in there. That's in that Five of Pentacles, I guess. Still coming out. Again, there's a lot of onlookers, and their energy is a participating energy as well. That's why we got to set up those good boundaries. Remember to maintain those good boundaries so that you can allow the assistive energies to come in. Work through the cycle, work through the process, examine everything and learn and grow and accomplish. Because this level of have an understanding of balance and growth and progression is just so gosh darn beautiful. And I hope it for you all. Get that business, do your work, get those things done, and do it the right way. Keep working along the path. Everything is of assistance if you allow it to be. The good energy, the bad energy, you just have to know where its place is, where it needs to go, so that everything can be nice, neat, and orderly and go down that line. And give yourself the opportunity to dive into the slipstream of time and carve out your own channel and your own path. Get that business. All right, kids, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic full moon. We'll see you next time. You're always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I could have. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Back up, I'll take you on. Headstrong to take on anyone. I know that you are wrong and this is not where you belong. I can't give everything away. I won't give everything